You want Logitech G923 setting to Forza Horizon 6. Well, I've come up with these and they allow you to drive like this, which is pretty crazy because this car is obviously a real handful. But I've come up with settings that I don't think you would normally come up with these for reasons I'll explain. But they're not understeery and they're not too oversteery. I would say they're a bit more on like the oversteery side. So you kind of need to like dial in a little bit, but what that means is you can very easily avoid traffic and you can get out of oversteer moments like that. You can countersteer. So what I've tried to do with these settings is play to the strengths of the G923. It's like a light, playful wheel. I want to be active on the wheel. I don't want to be missing like heavy force feedback or trying to feel stuff that this wheel just can't give me. So I've kept it light and playful. Now let me try and show you how that is. So obviously you can avoid traffic in this car. You don't want in Forza Horizon 6 be in a state where like when you see traffic you panic. You're like, oh no, I'm gonna crash. You want to see it as an opportunity to get a near miss or, you know, have some fun. So that's what I've done here. So the first thing is in G-Hub, I have changed the rotation of this wheel from 900 degrees to, actually, you're not going to believe this, 420 degrees, okay? So this is now 420 degree rotation, which is very different to the 900, obviously. And I did go down to 360, but I find 420 is the sweet spot for me. Now, when I did that, first of all, it was just way too sensitive. I was turning the wheel, I was going straight off the road, it just wasn't working. However, as you can see here, it doesn't seem overly sensitive, right? So I've got the benefits of being able to actually turn, as you can see here, avoid traffic, without the downside that every time I just look at the wheel, it's going to spin the car. So you want to be in that sweet spot. And what I did is I lowered the sensitivity quite significantly. And this is something that I picked up from what we did on the Xbox with the Logitech G Pro. So by lowering the sensitivity and lowering the wheel rotation, you can kind of get the benefits of both worlds. And as you can see here, I can kind of drive. I've had so many comments from people saying I'm on a G920, G923, but I can't even get the car going. I just keep spinning. But as you can see here, not the case. We can counter steer. We can obviously drift if we're in a drift car. We can avoid traffic. We can keep the car on the road. And by the way, this is just clamped to my desk and we've got the G923 pedals on the carpet. So I did make some other changes as well, which I'm going to show you. But again, I just wanted to explain the philosophy of what we're doing here. Like you can see, this wheel is not oscillating. I've got a nice amount of road feel though. Actually, even though there's no true force, the wheel is kind of busy. It's like chattering away, which again is what I wanted. I mean, there's moments you see in this video where like on default settings on 900, there's absolutely no way you'd be able to save that on 900. And even just getting around a corner like that will be very difficult. Now this corner is always way sharper than I think. I normally end up going all the way to the right hand side there. So yeah, quite a nice playful wheel, playful settings. Right, let's go into the actual advanced controls here and take our time. So remember, in G-Hub, 420 degrees, okay? And I haven't changed sensitivity in G-Hub. So what we have here, and I should just show you, the wheel was already mapped like this. It was already mapped, which is fantastic, as device 3. Steering linearity, I've kept at 50. Some settings might have you tweak the steering linearity. I just don't think that's a good idea. I think you should be able to achieve what you want to achieve through all of the other settings. I've just got a little bit of a dead zone on the throttle and the brake, but nothing too much. I'm not using the clutch really, and I'm definitely not using an e-brake here. So vibration scale, I've kept at 1. My philosophy here is that I do need to try and compensate for some of the wheel's weaknesses. It's not a 25 Newton direct drive. I don't want it to feel too empty, so I want to have some sensation. Force feedback scale 1, I've kept a bit of center spring in, 0.5. Again, I don't want the wheel to feel too empty. It's not an expensive direct drive wheel. I need to have some kind of resistance, something in there, even if it's not the most dynamic resistance. That's why I've got center spring. Just a tiny bit of damper, 0.2. Mechanical trail, as I like it, 0.5. Force feedback minimum force all the way up to 1.5. I did try this lower, but I prefer it all the way up. Load sensitivity 1.3. Now road feel scale, I've gone all the way up again because I want to feel the road. I want the wheel to be busy. I don't want to feel like, oh, I've lost touch with the force feedback. I always want to be in control with it. off-road feel 0.6, and then steering sensitivity 0.1. I mean, I think these settings are insane. These settings on paper don't make any sense, but when you think about it, it does. Because what's the weakness on Forza Horizon 6 on wheel is really when you turn the wheel and it's just too late. Like, you turn it, you can't avoid traffic, but then you end up on settings where you turn the wheel and you're immediately oversteering off the road. So you need to have something in the middle, which you can see there. I mean, these settings are quite nice. It's getting dark now, so I can't really see. But I genuinely think these are quite nice settings. So make sure to try them out. Please, by the way, if you buy anything Logitech, use code Kireth for 5% off. Or if you buy anything from anywhere else, go to my site, simrigger.com. Let me know what you think of these settings. Has it fixed it for you? Just put fixed in the comments if it has, and I'll see you in the next video.